Hi, welcome to Alec and Jimi about St. Louis. I'm your host, Alec.
And I'm Jimmy.
He's the other host.
Nope.
Today we're going to talk to the Smooth Talkin Perverts, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
Is this cyclist psycho? Mayor Fuhrer seems to think so.
And journalism. How does it work?
Miracles. If you weren't already afraid of going to the dentist, you will be after you hear about this week's current or dead St. Louisan.
Just a hint, he's dead this time.
Yeah, this time he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead, Jimmy.
He's dead.
We only beat it to what we can't have, or something freaky you did in the past. Without your true agenda, our senses blinded. We come together. In my mind, I'm just fine, and I get the things I want. Lust and fear taste so good as two halves, and I like to have fun without all the baggage. Not as two versions, but one kind. In my mind, I'm just fine, and I get laid all the time. In my head, I've got it. In my mind, I'm just fine, and I get laid all the time. In my head, I've got it, and I never lose. Get any girl I choose. Everybody's happy when they see me. And I don't have to clean, really, I don't anywhere. And there's no price to pay. And my one-track smooth talking perverted mind.
Alright, first up on the show, we're going to talk about a place that is near and dear to me and Jimmy's heart. The demo has been closed temporarily.
Well, we know why.
Yeah, some residents in the Grove, apparently a few people that live like right behind the demo and the Ready Room.
I mean, I guess if you're not familiar with the demo,
If you're not familiar with the
it.
demo, it's on the Manchester Strip in the Grove. It's a music venue. It used to be over by Atomic Cowboy, but it's moved down to be next to the Ready Room, which is a new St. Louis venue. They're right next to each other, but the demo is closed, while the Ready Room remains open due to the demo's inferior soundproofing, I guess, is what residents have said.
Apparently.
Apparently the demo's been in the process of soundproofing, but it's not going fast enough for the residents. I
Just
take
can't
it.
handle the rock.
Yeah, I guess my advice would be if you don't want to live next to a really loud music venue,
Or it's
don't.
just a loud area.
yeah,
Right, just don't.
The Grove is a growing neighborhood. It's getting bigger every week.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be loud,
Definitely.
especially with 2 music venues. I doubt they'll be the last 2 to open
Right.
on the Manchester Strip.
And
Everybody
there's
wants that area to be successful.
a lot of bars and a lot of clubs that are all loud as well.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's
even
just, if you need your beauty sleep, it's probably just not a great place to live.
How close could they be? I'll bet they could soundproof it well enough
I'm sure.
that these people would
apparently they're in the process.
Right.
But they are also in the process of becoming a full bar and getting their liquor license, so the demo will reopen. As far as I can tell, most of the shows have been moved to the Ready Room that got canceled and were affected, but they'll probably move back once... Apparently, I was reading all it's going to take for them to open the demo back up is to get a majority of signatures from all the residents in the area, which I don't see why they wouldn't get that.
They definitely have the means to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
there's
Right.
no reason the people in the Grove would not.
The Ready Room
I
is
don't know.
owned by the guys who started Firebird.
Really?
Yeah, did you know? The Ready Room and Demo originally, they were managing that space in Atomic Cowboy. They just bought it out from the owners, Chip Schloss and his friends who own Atomic Cowboy. They rented the Demo and were playing shows there, basically until they could open up the Ready Room. And now that these guys, Mike Cracciolo and a couple of other guys from, the owners of Firebird, the guys who run Firebird, are, basically making this venue that they want to be the pageant of the Grove, which, I mean, it's definitely the biggest venue so far. It's like 8,000 square feet in that motherfucker. And can we curse? Is that
Absolutely.
You can absolutely curse.
Shit, I'm holding myself back.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this show is, I guess we should start, go ahead and say right now, this is not going to be a children-friendly show, so go
Yeah.
ahead and,
Put your kids
if
to bed.
if you haven't already, send Junior out of the room.
Sure, audiences, you motherfuckers.
Right.
We can say fuck once, but then after once we
three,
get after one it's rated R.
The censors
We
told
actually,
me, the censors
we
told
actually
me
have
we
a
get,
minimum quota.
we can
of fucks
trade the
on
one
this
fuck
show.
for 3 penises. The censors told me just before we started recording if we wanted to, or we could have 5 bitches, up to 6 bastards.
What about some C words? Any C words?
I believe we get up to 1 of those.
I'm not going to use that up then.
Okay.
Well, back to the Demo and...
Yes. This is the voice of Joe Zempel of the Smooth Talking Perverts, by the way.
by the way.
Yeah, today we have the Smooth Talking Perverts with us for a little while. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys. We're going to start interviewing them in a second after we finish talking about the demo.
Graham Zempel, lead singer, guitarist.
I'm Jack. I play bass and do secondary vocals.
I'm Joe. I'm the drummer and not much else.
Continue with what you were saying, though.
Yeah, I was just supporting my statement that the Demo had the means to either soundproof the wall so that these neighbors shut up, or get enough signatures to let it just happen.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna do one or both. They're gonna soundproof it and get the signatures, or they're just gonna soundproof it. And I'll bet one is just gonna be enough.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And they definitely have the means to do it.
I would-
considering that they're such.
I would imagine they'll be open sometime in the next
scene,
few
huh?
months. This sounds like a momentary closure, but it was still shocking. The story came up on my news feed, and I was shocked.
I didn't even know that the Demo moved. I just thought that was crazy.
That was actually when I learned that they had moved as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they'd moved down next to the Ready Room. I knew that the Ready Room had opened, but I didn't know about the moving of the demo.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're calling the old that old space now. Since Atomic Cowboy, they opened up that stage out in back. They've just been throwing their shows out there. They haven't
Really?
really been using the Demo for much anything, or the old Demo, I should say, for much anything.
I haven't been in there since. I haven't been to Atomic Cowboy in quite some time.
Our
Right.
dad is in a band. Well, not in a band, but he plays with a band that the owner of Atomic Cowboy is in, Chip Schloss. What's the name of their band?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Shit. I should totally know this. But my dad played in this band with these guys as a Waylon Jennings tribute a few weekends ago. And I had the GoPro camera. I had the GoPro camera out on a broomstick that was taped with
Packaging tape.
Packaging tape, just like it wasn't packaging tape.
Masking tape.
Masking tape out on the end of this
Details.
broomstick, and I'm just walking with this broomstick back and forth across the stage, and it was actually really good footage.
Yeah.
Where I got the broomstick, I walked into the old demo, and it's just full of equipment. Like there's just mic stands and stuff laying around, and for the most part it's empty. But there was clearly people were just using it for equipment storage while the show was going on. So they're not doing much anything with that place right now. But
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah,
That's just a lot of
Just
unutilized space.
well, yeah.
I
wouldn't-
guess unless you're counting equipment storage.
Yeah, they do have a lot of space there, though, man.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to play that stage out back. I love that stage. And our friend of our family, Bob Walther, is the house sound man for that stage back there.
Really?
Yeah. So we're hoping that's a good enough in. I don't know why we haven't played there yet, but like my dad has done ad work, like marketing for Atomic Cowboy years back, and they have a good relationship. But I guess we
I
just
like
haven't-
the Atomic
We just haven't had
Cowboy.
the right,
Love the Atomic Cowboy.
right place,
Yeah.
right time moment yet, where we can be like, let's play that show.
The Atomic
We
like
can
the
play
only
that
bar
show.
we go to. No.
Really?
Yeah, well, no, it's not. But it's one of the few in the Grove that we do go to.
Yeah.
There are a few bars in the Grove that I like to hang out at. Sanctuaria, Taha is a tiki bar down there that I like.
I've never been to Taha.
Taha's fun. All the drinks, it's like a rum bar practically. It's all rum,
really?
everything, and it's all like really fruity drinks and big pine. Like they'll put some drinks in pineapples and other crazy cups. But
Sounds classy as fuck.
yeah, well, I mean, the Grove has a lot to offer, and
Oh, definitely.
it really does blow my mind that the people would turn against the art,
Right.
They would say,
Right,
"Let's
of
do
all
that."
of all places for this to happen.
Like the techno
Yeah.
music and the screaming transvestites isn't loud enough. Like, this is like
Hi, baby.
like child's play compared to the rest of the Grove, honestly.
Right. I mean, there's just something going on there every single night, and like it's all loud.
Yeah.
So I don't know why the demo would be
Yeah, I can't imagine getting enough complaints
singled
for it
out
to be-
there. Right.
Yeah, I don't understand why they got singled out, but
Right.
it sounds like it's just going to be a momentary bump.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
Just
we can try to understand,
just a
but
minor
it'll fix itself out.
setback.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously the demo is all close to our hearts. The Smooth Talking Perverts, that was actually the first time that either me or Alec heard you guys.
Yes, that was the first time I heard you guys. That was the first time I'd been to the demo for that big, what I think we all unofficially called it Chris's Rock Show.
Chris's Rock Show. Yes.
Chris's Rock Show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another.
The Spirit,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christopher Spirit B.
that guy.
Yep.
Okay.
Good guy.
Nice guy. Yeah.
I actually, the last time that I saw him, I tried to make a show of his at Cicero's, and I remember walking in, thinking,
remember that
"Fuck,
show.
I'm late. I hope I didn't miss it." And they're like walking off the stage with their equipment. I was like,
Yep.
God damn it.
Oh, that was their Battle of
man.
the Bands.
Yeah, it was the
wasn't
Battle of
it?
the Bands at
Yeah.
Cicero's.
Yeah, I remember when you came to that, you were like,
Fuck.
right after they played. Oh man, that's always the worst. Whenever you're going to see a band, and especially if it's like a friend's band or something.
Yeah.
Right.
When you remember halfway
It's like,
there
well,
in
get
your
the
car
fuck
that you
back
left
on.
your ticket at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to drive back for the ticket. That was.
Oh shit.
I once
was, like,
got a
on Kings
ticket on my
Highway,
way to a
crosses that
Smooth
big
Talkin
bridge.
Perverts show. I ended up missing it.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I do remember that. You were in a car accident.
Yeah, I was in a
Yeah.
car accident. I missed
Oh.
you guys.
Oh,
But,
man, that
It
sucks.
was a good show.
What show was that?
That was the one at that
Crackbox?
Manja?
it was like that weird like
What's a manja?
sailor themed bar.
Oh,
Colorado
Colorado
Bob's.
Bob's, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That place,
place-
oh my god, never again. That place,
Yeah.
has, that
Never
place has
again.
character, and I will
It
say
It
that.
does.
No, it's a great little hole in the wall bar, but it is
Yeah.
not meant for
Shows.
No.
not meant for a 3-piece band anyway.
And there was
Put like a little, you could put like a little DJ on a riser in there.
Or an acoustic
We
set,
took up
maybe.
half
You got
that
one
bar.
guy playing an
Yeah.
acoustic guitar.
and
we
then
took up
there
like
was
a third of that bar with our equipment.
there was sound problems.
People left.
Yeah.
Oh, of course people left. What do you? I mean, that just comes with the genre.
We had a lot. There was a lot of old folks up there who dug it. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's all good. At least some
Missing
of the
teeth.
old people can dig it. I'm glad that some of the old people can dig it.
I
That's
get-
what we try to do. Is,
I get more compliments from the older crowd than from people my age.
Yeah. Well, that.
From like, I mean, I'm not talking about like your
No,
guys'
that's a
age
good
older.
thing, I guess. But I don't know if it's a better thing.
I'm talking about like 30s.
Mm.
Yeah, middle-aged guys like us.
Well,
They were
that's
good.
that's a market there.
Dads like us.
Yeah. Hey, we should. Yeah, that's what we should shoot for. We should shoot for the baby boomer crowd because they are so much of the American population right now.
That is
baby
true.
Boomers.
That is
And
true.
The baby boomers, babies.
We
That's like
change our name.
that's like a whole new game right there. That's like what Justin Bieber is shooting for right there. Is the boomer baby? Is the the boomer babies.
The
You got the baby boomer, then you got the boomer baby.
well, I mean, baby boomers. I mean, you have to say. I mean, there was a lot of sex going on there. So perverts.
Yeah,
That
it's
works.
fitting.
I don't think you need a name change.
No, it's fitting.
Yeah, very.
My
fitting.
grandma says we need a name change, but
Well,
Sweet talking.
have you
grandmas.
changed the name of your band yet? No. No. That happened.
Smooth talking grandmas.
Great. So you guys, tell us a little bit about the formation of the band, how you guys got started.
We, for the longest time, we were all in different bands. Like, Graham, for many years, was in different kinds of rock and roll bands, and he was in a metal band for a bit. Joey and I were in a hardcore punk band for a bit.
Were you in that with Joe? Or...
Mellow Brother Joey.
Oh, no, Joe from
Boxer.
Joe
Merrimack. He had...
Stink Bomb Joe?
Yeah, Stink Bomb
Rowan-
Joe.
No.
No?
We were in a band for a bit, but that was,
Big fucking trucks.
that was a long time ago. But
That was a fun little thing.
it was cool. Like, but then after me and Joey's band broke up, and Graham wasn't in the band at all, we just all came together. We're like, let's just start a band. Like, we all know what we like. We all listen to the same kind of music. Let's just go with it.
We're brothers, by the way.
Yeah.
yep. The brothers Zempel.
Yep. It was pretty much as easy as that. I didn't have any bands that I was working on any projects with. I had recently fallen out, I guess, with a drummer that I was working with for a long time, and he's the one that originally thought of the name. Smooth Talkin Pervert was what the college co-ed that escaped from Ted Bundy's house. That's how she described Ted Bundy in the police report, was a smooth talking pervert. And he wanted to use that as a band name.
I did not know that.
That is really cool.
He wanted to use that as a band name, and I said, throw an S on the end of it, and we've got our band name. I'm down.
Yeah.
So he moved to a place in Crestwood where I went over to his house once, and he had his electric kit, and I had my guitar, and we were working on this new thing, and I left a few chords over there. And I don't know if he knew that at the time, or knew it at all, but he completely cut me off and just stopped talking to me. So I'm just like, okay, buddy, I'm taking your band name. Pretty much how that went down.
Well, I haven't heard of another smooth talking perverts making
Neither have I.
rounds.
No, never seen it on the internet or nothing. So
And-
that's one thing that we have is an original band name.
At this point, you got precedence, so
Yeah.
even if
We
he
were the
does try and
first.
use it, well,
We were the
fuck
first.
off.
Yeah, and I mean, he was a good guy and the best drummer that I've ever worked with. Absolutely
Really?
the best. He would do anything that you'd say. He was like a drumming robot. He was a metal drummer, so he's like used to that type of thing where somebody's like telling him exactly what to do. It's
Right.
or he's doing exactly what he wants to do and somebody's writing a cool guitar part with it, It's
Yeah.
all just like writing a metal song is crazy. That's some of the craziest shit ever. But
Can imagine.
much more intricate than what we do.
Yeah, I really like what we do, though.
We wrote
let's talk
that
about
first
that.
demo, and we wrote that first demo in about 3 weeks. We got together and we said, let's just start doing something. We wrote Run Along Now in
That took us like 3 days.
it took us about
Yeah,
3
3
days
days.
to write Run Along Now.
That's impressive.
And what came next? Brain Matter came next.
Yep.
And then
in my mind. After that.
Brain Matter started with a bass line that Jack wanted to use, and I just took, his bass line and applied the chords up higher on the guitar for that first riff that we start with, and I just kind of made shit up as I went from there. That song is kind of a mess. It's like just part after part, kind of mashed together.
That's every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, is probably my favorite of those three from the demo. It was the third song that we wrote. It just happened, and I think we had "Show Me" going at the same time, didn't we? We may have had that going at the same time.
Yeah, we started it around the time that we finished recording.
But yeah, In My Mind to me is just like the most together song. Like, it starts with the very beginning riff. It starts with the staple riff, and then ends with that
Big bang.
that transition. That transition that you think is gonna end it every time, but
Right.
it's a fun song. That is probably the most fun song for me to play.
It's a real whirlwind of excitement for us.
Yes. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. So yeah, I mean, you guys do have kind of a unique sound here in the St. Louis scene. I haven't.
It's hard to find bands to play with us.
Yeah, I haven't
Sound
personally
enough like us.
found any bands
Like,
that
rock and roll
sound
is-
like you.
Rock and roll's dead in St. Louis.
Absolutely dead.
There's always punk rock, metal, or indie or emo going
Yeah,
on.
well, the way I saw it was when we started this band, like, as far as rock and roll goes, the two biggest scenes in St. Louis are punk rock and metal.
Yep.
Like, those are the any rock and roll show that you go to, those are going to be the biggest turnouts,
Right.
locally. I'm strictly talking local music, because I mean, you'll get Tim McGraw at Chaffetz Arena, and the whole half the
of
fucking town will
course.
show up. But I'm talking for local bands. Punk rock and metal are definitely the most prevalent genres of rock. So we've just tried to stay as close as we can to punk rock without losing taste,
Right.
Certainly.
like most punk rock bands do.
It's been more difficult for me just because I came from being a punk rock drummer, and just I part of the reason that I was so relieved about leaving Gang Control was just because I wanted to stop doing like just strict punk music.
Me too.
I got real tired of the punk thing.
I'm glad I'm in something totally different than a hardcore band. It was
Yeah, hardcore punk was weird.
Yeah.
it's too easy.
I didn't get along with it very well.
Yeah.
So would you say that what you're playing now is more difficult or more?
It definitely comes to me easier.
It's a lot more challenging. I like it. I like a challenge, and this band's a lot more better. It's better than any band I played in.
Yeah, this guy, he just started playing bass for the band practically.
Yeah.
Like, you can play bass, that's easy enough. You'll get it,
I dabbled.
Seriously.
Like when we started, I dabbled.
Well, yeah, he could play a little. He could play stuff on guitar, and he could play stuff on bass. He knew how it worked and where shit was.
Right.
You played bass for Big Fucking Trucks, didn't you?
No, I sang in Big Fucking Trucks.
Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, I mean, he's improved a lot. And it's been good.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you guys are in the process of recording an album right now. I heard before.
Yeah, it's been a
earlier
long
when we got
process.
here.
Yeah.
It's been a long process. We've been a band for over a year. We released the demo about a year ago, like just a couple weeks over a year ago. And we don't have all we've got to show for that year is the amount of people that know who we are, like know our name or recognize us.
T-shirts, buttons.
Yeah, we see T-shirts and buttons around. Sometimes we see stickers at bars.
Yeah.
We
I'm
got
repping a
this
Smooth Talking Perverts
Yeah, we
shirt
got-
as
yeah.
we speak.
And you look
Yes,
damn
you
good
are.
in it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's not difficult. People do come up to me and ask me, "Hey, is that a Smooth Talking Perverts shirt?"
A guy
That's
I
awesome.
know took a picture of you and put it on Instagram. He goes, "I saw a guy wearing a Smooth Talkin Perverts t-shirt."
Really?
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
He,
Whoa.
I think he saw it at the fireplace or something like that.
If you search the hashtag Smooth
Who
Talkin'
was
Perverts,
that?
There's
I
a
think
lot
Zach.
of fun stuff on there. We
Zach,
actually
yeah.
searched that one
It's
time
like
and
a
found
snapback.
a picture.
Zach-
I mean, because I worked
when we played at Pops.
Oh.
now.
If you
I'm
saw,
actually a
if
bartender.
you
so-
saw him, probably recognize him. I don't think.
When we
Wait.
we're recording. Let's try to not have two conversations.
Yeah, we can't really have two conversations going at once, unfortunately.
You need your editing magic.
I was thinking about
figure
getting
that
Yeah,
on
out
my
that'll
phone
be
just
later,
then.
but,
I've noticed every podcast says we'll just work our editing magic, and then they don't. You just
Right.
get to hear everything unedited.
hey, fuck it.
It's
like
fine.
funnier that way.
It's got character.
Authenticity.
Yeah. But we searched that hashtag on Instagram of Smooth Talkin' Perverts, like maybe 6 to 8 months into being a band, and we found this picture of a girl that saw our first show at Pops, and she took a picture from the balcony of us on stage, and you can see us pretty well, and it's just kind of faded around the edges. Maybe she used some kind of effect or something, but It was a pretty good
Hashtag no
picture.
filter.
Right. Well, it was a pretty good picture, and she said that we were funny, which was good because we made a shitload of jokes.
You
on
guys
stage.
are funny.
We
She
Your
also
shows are
mentioned how
funny.
sexy the lead singer is.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she said that. But so we barely had enough material. Like we had just gotten "Show Me Down" and ready to play live, and that was our fourth song. That was our fourth original. So, and our last. You know, we only had 4 original songs when we were playing that show. I gave Mike Judy my demo, and I said, "Do you have a show for us?" And he says, "We can throw you right into the fire if you want." And hands me this flyer for
Middle class rut.
Rud at Pops. I'm just like, okay, I've never heard of these guys, but I'll look them up. And I go on YouTube, and like they've got videos with millions of views. And these guys they play on 105.7 all the time. They've got this song that
Nationally
everybody
known.
knows, and a shitload of people were at Pops for that show that night. I remember we were able to sell 30 to 40 tickets within that week.
We lined our
Before.
stage. We lined our stage
Yeah.
with demos, and by the end of the first song, they were all gone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
We put about 50 demos out on the front of the stage, maybe 60 of them just thrown out across the front of
I
the
had to
stage.
pay $1 for mine.
You could have gotten it off the internet for free.
Right.
The demand suddenly
you
skyrocketed.
could have just been with us from the very
You all
beginning.
saw it.
I actually signed a demo that night. I actually signed my first autograph that night.
That's
That
excellent.
felt pretty good.
That's cool.
Cool.
There was a Sauget, Illinois local that wanted to take a shot with Graham here, and
Yeah.
she looked like she cooks meth for a living.
Yeah, and I was like, no. I had actually just taken a shot. It was my birthday. That was my 23rd birthday. Was that show at Pops? So people were just feeding me shots after I got off that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Sounds
was
like
like-
a good night.
It was well, it wasn't a good morning, man.
No.
I hate Rumplemans for that reason.
And you guys had only played about 3 or 4 shows by the time you ended up playing the demo with Chris's
It
rock
really,
show.
it really was like our third show.
Yeah.
We played Pops, and then we played Cusimano's with the Shones.
That was a great show.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was so fun.
We played a couple Foo Bar shows between that.
Yeah.
And then,
Big ups to those guys.
Yeah, big ups to the Shones, man, out of Madison, Wisconsin.
So talented.
They originally came from Boston, where they were living for a few, and they did a tour that came through St. Louis and then back up to Madison, where they originally came from. And these kids are like 16 to 19, and they're touring the goddamn country with this band
Wow.
that kicks ass. They have these videos that sound good, and they sound like
Killers-esque.
yeah, they sound like the Killers meets
Violent Femmes.
Oh, I like
the
that.
Strokes. It's good. It's good stuff.
Violent Femmes, I fucking
Yeah, it's
grew
like
up on
it's
the
kind of
Violent
like Brit
Femmes.
rock. You know, it's good. It's good.
Awesome.
Very bluesy too.
Um,
Yeah.
So how about what all influences do you guys have?
Yeah, you guys
I'd have to
clearly
say, as
have
a
a
band,
rock and roll influence.
I'd have to say, as a band, our number one influence is Queens of the Stone Age. It's just
Absolutely.
like
Absolutely.
between the three of us,
I can
it's
hear that.
probably just a band that we can all elect as our
Yeah.
mutual favorite.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
No,
But and we've seen them so many times live too.
Josh Homme is a genius.
He really
He's a
is.
musical.
He really
Great.
is. He's a godsend.
Comic
But
genius too.
Everything he touches just turns to gold.
yeah, well, you could say the same thing about Dave Grohl.
Absolutely.
In reference to Queens of the Stone Age.
Right.
Because the
Obviously.
only reason I heard about Queens of the Stone Age was Dave Grohl is in this.
Yeah.
You know, because I was listening to Nirvana when I was 10, 11 years old, and one day my dad's like, I heard about this band that Dave Grohl is playing drums in called Queens of the Stone Age. I'm like, that is the wackest band name I've ever heard. I remember the first album that I bought was Rated R, and
It's one of my favorites.
it still is one of my favorite albums by them. I honestly, if I had to pick a favorite album by them, probably Lullabies to Paralyze, but
I would
that was
choose-
much later. That was like 2005 or 4 something.
Yeah, mine's rated R, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Have you you guys like them Crooked Vultures?
Yeah, I did like them when it first happened, but after listening to it, you know, like I didn't exactly burn it out, but even now, like some of those songs are just too long. You know,
Yeah, they are
eat up
very
a lot
long
of time.
songs.
Yeah.
Other influences that we have are pretty much from other genres. Like Joey listens to a bunch of
A
like
plethora of different
yeah,
shit.
Joey listens to all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, anything from Kenny Loggins
metal
to
to country to
Cake
hip hop to
Yeah.
fucking polka.
I love the Caddyshack song that Kenny Loggins does.
Yeah,
personally.
I'm all right. Yeah, it's my alarm in the morning.
Nice.
That's a
Excellent.
good
You
one.
can't go wrong with
Holy
Loggins.
shit.
Yeah, it's a great
No,
song to
yeah,
wake
he's
up to.
great.
Danger Zone, man. But,
Danger Zone, Return to Pooh Corner,
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm free.
yeah,
I'm Free.
That's a great
yeah.
one. I'm free is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Actually.
Joey and I, you can kind of say the same thing. Like, we both listen to a lot of different kinds of music. So
Oh, yeah.
we just kind of find inspiration anywhere. What I'm working on right now, actually, is incorporating, like, just a bit from a song, like, just a transition where I bust into the Terminator theme real quick, and then we go back into the song. Like, I've got the bass
I
line
look
down, and
forward
I've got
to
the
hearing
guitar
that.
part down, and it's gonna
To
be
put
fun.
it
Yeah,
put it in the
It'll
most
be like a
eloquent
tribute.
way I
This is the
can.
first time.
Yeah, we've also got some. We've also got some TV/movie influences. Like
I just heard the Terminator theme
in my
the other
mind.
day, and just-
that was in my mind's main
I wrote it
thing
down.
that's influenced by the theme to House of Cards.
Yeah, House of Cards.
Really?
I love House of Cards.
Yeah, that is
That,
a
That
good
theme
show.
is great.
The bass line and all
bass
that.
line.
Yeah, anytime.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Anytime I'm
Oh, I
watching
can hear it.
the cold
Just
open,
imagine
exactly,
the
I can
violins
hear it
in the
right
back.
now.
Yeah.
Imagine the violins in the background.
Yeah, even the
when you hear
chords.
If you guys haven't shelled out money for Netflix just to watch House of Cards yet, you can
Yeah.
go ahead and
House-
stop
House
this
of Cards.
podcast. Go
Get Netflix.
get Netflix, watch both seasons, and then you can come back and.
Then
If your
just-
mind hasn't exploded yet,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can
For
come
all we
back
care,
and
you
listen to the
cancel
rest of
Netflix.
this.
And I mean, if you cancel Netflix right then, it will still be worth it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, while you're there, check out Orange is the New Black. I just started watching it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Orange is
Okay.
the New Black is pretty good.
I have not seen it yet.
They just put Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on there.
They did.
Really?
I've seen that 3 times.
That
already.
was a childhood staple.
Ooh. Rick
course.
Moranis.
Being
Oh.
Rick Moranis. That's
Giving me
what
the-
he does.
giving me the vapors.
Yeah.
Is everybody else bummed out that he retired?
Yeah.
No.
He'll never be in anything else.
I don't remember him from anything else.
I thought he
He's in
retired in the
Ghostbusters.
80s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was
of
gonna
course.
say.
Of course.
Jeez.
Sorry. Whatever.
And Spaceballs, Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god. That's how I should remember
Forgot
that.
all
Honey,
about
I Shrunk the
Spaceballs.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was pretty funny.
That's okay.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yeah, and then Jack, your influences. What influences you most?
I've been listening to punk rock since I was like 12 years old. Like when I was 12, I came home from school one day. My dad gave me Dead Kennedy's Fresh Fruit Revived Vegetables vinyl, original press. It's one of the original ones from like 1980 whatever. And I fell in love instantly. Like my dad put it on for me and left the room. Had headphones on. And I'm just sitting here going like, kill the poor comes on. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
I like Police Truck.
Police Truck fucking rules.
That's one of my favorites.
But like
Blended.
after that, I guess it's all downhill. It started like I got more into hardcore punk. I started going to shows. I had a fucking mohawks and everything. But like my main influence is punk rock. I love rock and roll. I love some metal. My music range is broadened since.
He can listen to punk rock in any mood.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
usually his mood is pissed off.
I'm mad all the time.
All the time.
I need power
Jack,
chords.
he's alright.
I need downstrokes, power chords, and beer.
Posse jumps.
And posse jumps. But yeah, like just
Yeah, our influence branches pretty far.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I also like jazz. I like a lot of jazz. I listen to metal more than anything else.
I'm trying to work some country into some of the newer stuff we're writing.
Yeah, I kind of want to fuck around with that too. Not like new country. I'm talking like Hank
Right.
Williams style
Outlaw
country,
country,
or,
not corporate
Right.
country.
Yeah,
Of course.
not the fucking robot country. that they're
Contemporary,
trying to feed to us now.
really just pop rock
Yeah.
country. Yeah, that's some bullshit right
Pop
there.
rock disguised with a twang.
Right.
My dog died.
What's the one that John always does? I
With
got a
a
truck, truck.
Like a wrecking ball.
That's like a.
get your Yankee ass off my property.
Right.
So-
That's the,
guns.
that's the kind of country I'm talking about playing. The South will rise again. That's like lyrics of a new song we're working on. Not really.
I was about to say, I would look forward to hearing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way down south in Dixie.
Away,
Oh,
Put a little banjo in it. I'm sure it'll be good.
I just stopped it because
pause it.
yeah, right now.
All right.
So next we're going to talk to these guys about some of their favorite places in the city of St. Louis. And I guess we're going to talk about where they work as well and just kind of where they've been, their feelings and thoughts on St. Louis.
Yep.
So,
All right, I guess I'll start.
You
Joe
will.
speaking here in case we all sound alike.
You don't sound alike.
I think so.
I disagree. But go ahead.
Okay, Joey. First of all, I guess I work at the Galleria Mall at the movie theater in the very bottom of the place. It's alright. And I mainly hang out there just because I get free movies. But other places...
Bonus.
Gallery is a nice mall.
Yeah, it's
So do we.
one of the
We
nicest.
get free movies too.
Nice.
Probably gonna
Yeah.
go and see Planet of the Apes tomorrow for free.
If you guys ever get the chance to go see Planet of the Apes, fucking do it. It's so good.
It looks great. Is Gary Oldman, does he deliver?
He
as
delivers.
usual?
He delivers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I heard
I-
Andy
I
Serkis
definitely feel...
is the standout performance.
I feel way more
As
for the
usual.
monkeys. I feel way more for the monkeys.
Yeah, that's. I was reading an article that it was literally just about how great the monkeys were in the movie. They didn't talk about
Yeah.
anything except how well done the monkeys were and
Apes.
how,
Right.
of course, the
Apes.
apes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't call
Apes.
them monkeys. Yeah,
Apes,
but
yeah.
they'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
That's
get
right.
you.
When the last one came out, I was not disappointed, but everybody had led me to believe that I could slip it nicely into the original timeline
No.
and with no issues, and that just wasn't the case.
Right, yeah. They left a lot of holes there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Caesar.
I still like.
Yeah,
I
and
still like
again, some new
General.
movie.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it to just fit right in, but then everybody was like, this fits just right in with the old Planet of the Apes series, and after I saw it, I just determined that none of those people had seen past Beneath the
Marky
Planet of the
Mark's
Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, of course, in that little tragic mishap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the new Transformers, which god awful.
Oh, don't go see that.
No.
Don't. It's worse,
I thought I hated Transformers because of Shia LaBeouf. Turns out I hate it because of Optimus Prime.
which is sad to say,
That
but
should
yeah.
never be something that anybody has ever said.
I was not a fan of Optimus's new
that's just
attitude
unfortunate.
towards
He
humans.
went there.
No,
Yeah.
he has one
I haven't-
characteristic in his leadership. He doesn't have
Exactly.
any kind of emotions or flaws or anything like that. He's like Superman in the way that he gets his ass beat, but constantly comes back.
And, I mean, Peter Cullen still delivered, as usual, as Optimus Prime, but
Yeah.
this just was a far cry from the Optimus I knew.
Right. But yeah, so I work at the
just
movie
don't-
theater.
Yeah.
Whatever. I like to hang out at. I like to hang out in the Loop and in the Central West End. I also really like the City Museum. That's one of my favorite places in
Oh,
St.
that
Louis.
was great.
Definitely
Everyone loves the
one of my
city.
favorite
I
places.
actually haven't been since I was a kid, though,
Man, that needs to
to
change.
be honest.
Yeah.
I know, as a St. Louis...
I haven't been
Advocate,
ever
I
since
should
they,
go.
I guess,
Open the roof.
yeah,
should
opened
go.
the
Yeah,
roof.
I went there pretty recently. It's epic. They're always changing stuff. They're
Yeah.
always adding stuff.
Really.
That's what's really cool about that place.
Yeah.
I always find myself trying to fit into something smaller than I was previously able to fit into the last time I was there.
Nice.
Surprisingly, haven't gotten stuck.
You gotta set goals, man.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
That's
haven't
good.
gotten stuck.
Eventually, if I keep going that path, yeah.
Yeah, there's a tunnel of gloves in there that I got stuck in once.
Really?
Yeah, that
Seriously.
fucking tunnel of gloves
There's just gloves just coming out.
all over the place, just
Everywhere.
lining the inside of this.
I don't know
tunnel.
how the fuck they did it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he actually used to work at the City Museum. Graham did.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I started working there when I was like 16, and then I was 15, and then I worked there until I was 21.
What did you do there exactly?
I worked in the restaurant. It was right when you walk inside. You walk up those stairs a little bit. And there used to be a bread co. right there, but
Yeah.
bread co. wasn't making enough money during the school season to stay open. So
That's like the cafe. The cafe. It's got like a rainforest theme.
yeah, it's like a mezzanine, and
A rainforest cafe?
it's not
Yeah,
like a
kinda.
yeah. It's a little like canopy type area, but it's not a rainforest theme. There's like pillars out in the dining room that have mosaics of iguanas and lizards and stuff on them. But
Okay.
you know, that whole first floor area of the City Museum, that's like finished. You know, they have like all this cool stuff like tree houses and aquatic type things. A big fish tank down there where there's like turtles swimming around and big fish.
What kind of cafe did you say it was?
A cafe. It was like a sandwich shop and
Pizzeria kind of.
yeah, a pizzeria. That's what I was trying to say.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was a cool place. We most of it was just talking to large groups of people that reserved for a birthday party or something. They want a birthday party in the City Museum, so we give them pizza and we give them a private room and we charge them extra. And then they're like, why do we have to pay $12 twice? It's like, because you got, or why would you have to pay $8 twice? It's like, because you got all these people in, but everybody else that paid only $8 doesn't get the pizza and the rooms and the drinks. Like, that's what you're paying $8 for.
Yeah.
Like, it's only $8 extra for each person. Which, I mean...
That sounds reasonable to me.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you're considering you're already paying a shitload to be there anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a night out, so...
But yeah,
Deal
I don't
with
work there
it.
anymore. I worked there until I was 21, and then I moved to Long Beach for a while. Not exactly relevant. I worked as a cook out there, and at some pizza restaurant. And then when I moved back, I tried to get my job back at the City Museum. They didn't need me. I went to the Central West End and got a job at a restaurant called Scape American Bistro through my friend Nick, who was cooking there. And that job has, I still have it. It's an awesome job. I make a lot of money per hour there, just bartending and serving for banquets. It's easy.
That's awesome.
And I also serve at 5-Star Burgers in Clayton.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an easy job. Like, any idiot could do it, but you also got to be 21 so that you could serve alcohol. So that's like,
Yeah.
you know, by the time you're 21, it's like, woo, you feel like you're much smarter than
Right.
like, I feel like I'm working here, but I'm not really working here. I'm just here having fun, and I don't know. It's one of those jobs. Like, any fucking idiot can do it.
Sure.
Any 21-year-old idiot can do it.
Yeah, I guess. Any 21-year-old idiot can do it.
Or I guess somebody, if they really wanted to, and
Yeah,
had a fake
Joey
ID.
could lie about his age.
Yeah, some genius could do it. Fake his
It's
age.
like gets rid of you as a potential candidate then. Because you're not a genius.
I get it, damn it.
But both idiots and geniuses could do it. I guess it's just a job anyone could do.
Right.
Your job.
Yep. But, I guess getting back to, something. Our recording process, what we plan on doing is recording 3 of our new songs that we haven't brought to disc yet. And then recording our original 3 songs from the demo. We're going to re-record those on the same click tracks, at least. And, you know, do a whole new... Joey's got new drum parts that he's figured out since the last demo, and we all just have new things that we do. We always planned on re-recording those songs. We were able to record that demo in about 5 hours. We got in and out of that place in 5 hours.
Yeah.
And 6 hours if you count the next day. I came in and
Got the
mixed and mastered it with the guy. And
Okay.
he didn't even charge us for it, though. We paid
That's cool.
We paid $200 to record that demo.
That is totally reasonable.
That's
Yep.
pretty good.
Shout out to Dave Toretta.
Yeah, Dave Tourette, man, he's the shit. And we're going to go back to him to record our album, too. I've already told him.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. But, yeah, while we're re-recording the demo songs, we're pretty much going to be finishing up the other 3 that we just started writing. So we're still in the very early phases of the demo.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, when we came out with that demo, we just hit the streets, man.
Yeah.
We started playing shows like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Like, we were playing so much, and it only took about 6 months for the crowds to start dwindling. You know, we're playing for 5 people, we're playing for 10 people. It's like, maybe we should
Pump the brakes a bit.
you know, get back to the drawing board and do something new. Because, I mean, we got people on the internet interested. So, you know, what do we do now? Do we keep playing shows, or... I mean, already we've taken too long. Already, I know it. Already we've taken too long to release new things. People have already forgotten about us. Which is...
Aww.
I mean, it's not saying much for where we are as a band, because not that many people were talking about us in the first place. But, like... we're at the point where somebody would be like, yeah, whatever happened to them. That's what's kind of cool about that first 6 months that we spent playing all those shows everywhere. Is, like I said earlier, going to work and, you know, getting a job that I haven't had in years and seeing new employees that come in, you know, anybody. It's like, oh, I've heard of that, Smooth Talkin Perverts, I've heard of you guys. Or I saw you once, you know, it's like, yes. If you saw me, that's even better, but I mean,
Right.
most everybody's like, oh, I've heard of you, and then, you know, you invite them to a show, but they don't come.
Yeah.
No, none of my friends come to our show.
It's kind of messed up how little of our friends come to our shows. I mean,
Yeah.
we had about,
Very close-minded.
I'd say about half, maybe less, of the people that I expected to, come to our shows and show support came and showed support.
Yeah.
Total 3 people that I have met.
And that's not even talking about just a specific show either. That's just like in the big picture. Like I still have so many friends. Like I could name 10 right now that I've gone to so many of their fucking shows. Why couldn't they just fucking come to one of mine? I have to pay like $20 fucking to come and see you stand behind a table and twist some knobs and play other people's music while I bust my ass to get up on this stage, and I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid tonight.
Hauling a goddamn...
We're moving drums, we're moving amps, we're fucking sweating our balls off before we even get on stage.
Yeah.
Playing the gig is the easiest part of any gig. The actual gig,
You gotta
the
do all the
performance
footwork.
is the easiest part, because then you're just standing there singing,
Yeah.
or
Sitting there.
maybe walking backwards with your guitar. That's like we have really high energy shows, but it's only because we got a good workout in before we
Right.
went on stage, so our blood's
And
pumping
it's-
and we're ready to go.
And
a
it's
lot of
over
drugs.
faster than you would even expect. It's like the shortest part of the whole ordeal.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really similar to that job at Scape that I have. I work private events, so we bust our asses setting everything up, and then when the people show up, it's like we're just here to entertain now.
Right.
We're here to make good drinks. We're here to take your order and provide excellent food for you, and
Make
show
sure
you a
everything
good
goes
time.
smoothly.
And then you leave, and then we break everything down, and it's just it's like hard, easy, hard. Breakdown. God. Breaking down after the show, that's just like you've already been through the setup, and then you've been through the show. It's like I'm out of breath now. I don't really want to do anything.
Right.
And honestly,
I just want to drink.
You guys just get off stage
I just
immediately. and
no,
go drink.
seriously, yeah, I'm bad about that. I get right off that stage and go immediately to get a drink.
I'm sitting there taking apart my
No,
drums.
he's sitting there.
I look off the stage, and Jack's over in a crowd of people, Graham's over in a crowd of people, and I'm just over here like,
No,
what
I'll
the
admit-
hell? Where's my drum key?
I'll admit I've been really lazy about it since we've started playing shows a lot. Like in the beginning, I put in my fair share, if not more. But then eventually I was just like, fuck it, you guys got this. You guys go home. You guys take the stuff home. I'll stay here and watch the merch.
Watch the merch. Good one.
That's a key job.
Yep. Yeah. Well.
Right.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah,
Shameless, Dogtown.
Places you work, places you like to go.
Yeah.
We're still talking about that?
Yes.
Oh, we are now.
I didn't even talk about places I like to
Back
go.
on
Shit.
track
Back into
with
it.
Jack.
Yeah, let's get back with Jack here and hear about his St. Louis experiences.
Might need to do some editing.
Born and raised with my brothers here, love it. I've been working at this restaurant in Dogtown called Seamus McDaniel's for the past 6 years. It's my first job, too. And
Nice.
I've had second jobs in between. I love it there. I just became a server like some months ago. That's good money. And when I started out there, I was a busser, then ended up becoming a kitchen staff worker. Then before I became a server, I started getting like second jobs. I worked with Graham at Scape in Central West End for a bit. But before that, I was working at their sister restaurant next door called Crepes. It was a cafe, and it was fucking terrible.
I told him when he went in for the interview, they're going to try to get you to work at Crepes. Don't work at Crepes. And then
I
you
was
came back and you were like, I'm working at Crepes.
I was desperate. I was desperate for the job. I needed the money. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it. I can work at cash register." Their cash register fucking sucks. Their manager was terrible. She was all. We had to get up at 5 a.m, be there at 6, and she was always like 45 minutes late. And this is in the middle of December too. So just waiting
So you're just waiting outside? Or
outside.
Yeah.
Waiting
Yeah,
outside.
it sounded
Fuck
snow.
Yeah, from over here, it sounded like every morning for this guy was him waiting out there for about a half an hour, 45 minutes
I'd say-
just to show up. And sometimes it would be fucking cold.
Oh,
There were times when we would have to show up for a banquet that was that early in the morning, and we'd be waiting for her ass to come and open up the doors, and she would be like a half an hour late. We'd be standing there in the fucking cold. She'd show up like, yeah. So awkward.
I put my 2. So after I couldn't do it anymore, I worked there for like a month. Put my 2 weeks in, and they didn't schedule me for those 2 weeks. I was just like, "Oh,
whatever.
Oh, thank God.
I hate it.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I cared a little bit because I wanted money, but at the same
Really
time, I was
glad.
like, thank fucking God.
I'm really glad I didn't have to just not show up.
We're about to start selling
But
grapes
yeah,
in the
like-
theater.
I've loved working at Seamus McDaniel's. That place is like family to me. Everybody there is so cool. Like I work with a great kitchen staff. I work with great servers. All nice people. Our regulars are so cool. It's got a big rock and roll background, so I can get off to go see shows and I get off to go play shows, like anytime I want.
That's cool.
I love it, and my bosses are just so nice. They're so lenient. They very, very, like, thank God for them. Like, they are awesome.
Yeah, James McDaniel's is a great place.
In Dogtown, like on St. Patty's Day, that's like one of my favorite places to go. Like, it's crazy down there.
Dogtown's great.
Dogtown's a great historical place, and places I like to hang out. I love hanging out in the Grove. Atomic Cowboy's like my favorite bar to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy Cherokee Street a lot. See some like underground punk shows, and
Cherokee, man.
I enjoy. Downtown's pretty cool. Sometimes it can get pretty boring unless you have if you have a shit ton of money in your pocket. You
Downtown
can,
Right.
isn't safe, man. There's a reason why
Right.
that's like the part of town with the lowest population.
There's
like,
Ballpark
seriously.
Village is cool, but only if you're fucking drunk.
Dude, I've never been to Ballpark Village, and I don't ever want to go.
Yeah, I haven't been yet. I don't feel like I really.
I haven't been there
Well.
either. I've only driven between the stadium and the village.
I haven't even seen it.
It doesn't.
I don't even know what it looks like.
doesn't look
I've
impressive.
heard things about it from people, and like I'm
It
just
just
like, you
looks
know
like
what?
an extension of the stadium. You know, like
Yeah.
here's
Yeah,
the stadium,
exactly.
and here's this thing that we built. It's like our sidekick.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money.
From over here too, and
Yeah, they got the Budweiser brew house up there. You can sit up there, have dinner, and watch the game. It's actually pretty sweet.
Go Cards.
Yeah, go Cards.
let's,
Always a good time.
let's not be biased here.
Oh,
Baseball.
yeah.
I like baseball, and you know.
Go Sports.
Baseball's great.
Play the game, win the points.
But I also am an advocate of local businesses, and I would rather support some of the bars down there than shit that's been around for forever. You know,
Right.
chain bars that want to come through and
Right.
Exactly.
and fuck our shit up with
That
the
was-
Ballpark Village.
That was that's still actually one of the biggest frustrations for me, especially with one of my favorite places, the Loop. Like, I know when I was a kid, my parents, they lived on Del Mar, right on the Loop, and there was hardly anything chain there, you know. And coming back as an adult now, there's just, you know, there's fucking Qdoba, there's Smoothie King, there's
Yeah, Qdoba instead of Street Side Records.
right.
Exactly.
Fucking-
I don't go to the Loop
That
to
is-
go to Qdoba.
That is
Right.
exact. That is exact to
Right.
to the T on the location too. The Street Side Records that used to be in the Del Mar Loop is now a Qdoba.
Yeah.
That is just sad.
That's some bullshit.
You've got Subway. You've got Starbucks. Oh my god.
Chipotle. I hate
My,
Chipotle with a
Yeah,
passion.
Chipotle.
There's
There's
a
also
Chipotle
a Chipotle,
and a
yeah.
Qdoba.
Yeah.
Right there in the Loop.
Yeah. Well, they used to be kind of similar, but
I hate Chipotle.
My family used to own a restaurant in the early 90s called Burrito Brothers, and it is now Smoothie King and Cheeseology.
Oh man.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
oh man.
I've never been in that
Smoothie King
cheeseology.
sucks.
I know.
I haven't been to either one of them and don't plan to. I don't hang in the Loop that much anymore anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the Loop,
want
but
some-
a lot of the shit down there sucks.
So boring
Like
nowadays.
a lot of the stores, like the individual places, like you go to this place Cheeseology, and it's like, oh, they make really interesting mac and cheese. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Cool.
that sounds like something smaller that a restaurant should do. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we do all these great things, but we also do all these different kinds of mac and cheese. Like, you're
Right.
gonna make an entire restaurant based around mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That's just not.
I had an idea for a bar that
I'm surprised that place is still open.
I can't even believe it.
I had an
yeah.
idea a little while ago for a bar that was also 24 hours grilled cheese delivery, artisan grilled cheese delivery, but during the day and night it's a bar, and
That's
they also
cool.
serve grilled cheese.
I
Yeah.
would go there. They would also have to have just like a ton of vending machines in it.
Arcade
and,
games.
Like an arcade.
Arcade, yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, you definitely gotta offer more.
What would you call this place, Joey?
I thought about starting it with my friend Joe McEntee and calling it Mac and Cheese, like Mac and Cheese apostrophe S. Just change his last name without him knowing.
Nice.
Sweet.
Cool.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't find my way out to the Loop as much anymore.
I would rather hang.
No, I
I
don't
would
either.
rather hang out on South Grand any day than go to the Loop.
South Grand's cool
I-
as shit.
Dude, I just stick to the city, man.
South City.
Anywhere else about St. Louis is just
You want
like a rerun. Like anything you find out in the county, you can find in the city,
You want
except
to-
restaurants. there are some really, really good restaurants out in St. Louis County. I'd say the restaurants out in St. Louis County kick the shit out of most of the restaurants in the city.
My favorite St. Louis restaurant is in the county. It's in Fenton, Missouri. It's called Poor Richard's.
Never been there.
There's another one in Valley Park that's not as good.
Oh, Valley Park.
Yeah, Valley Park. Or no, it's over in Eureka, actually. Can't believe I made that mistake.
Yeah.
But, Poor Richard's is great.
Yeah.
It's like our local neighborhood bar. I mean, we used to be able to just walk
If
down
you guys
there.
are Wings fans,
They have great wings.
wings.
Not that I know.
Don't
of.
get me started.
They have like their own sauce that they do for it. Like it's not extraordinarily spicy, but it's like a good spice.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what they do with their ranch.
They
but-
actually make their own ranch.
Yeah.
It's like a secret Poor Richard's recipe that I don't know what they do, but it's just miraculous.
It's the shit.
Anyway, so he's right. The restaurants out in the county kick the crap
shit out of
They should be one thing, though.
I'll give big ups to Nippon Tay out in West County. That place, it's at Manchester and Wideman, and I used to work there when I was a kid, 16 and 17, 18 maybe, and they make the best sushi in town, and it's like not even in town, but it's the best.
Manchester and Wideman.
Yeah, it's
like,
right by
where's
that. There's a Gold's Gym right there in a bank.
Okay, yes.
It's right next door to the Gold's Gym,
Yeah.
and it's the best sushi. Like pretty much the same recipes that you'll find at Drunken Fish.
Uh-huh.
I heard a story about the owner, or from the owner of Nippon Tay, about the owner of Drunken Fish stealing her recipes.
Really?
So
you're
and I
getting
went to
more
Drunken
authentic
Fish.
sushi,
Right.
and
Well, I went to Drunken
would
Fish because
imagine
I work
it's
right there
cheaper.
now.
Drunken Fish is
Nippon
kind
Tay,
of
yeah, it
extortion,
is
right?
cheaper, definitely cheaper than
Yeah.
the West End. But I go to the Drunken Fish in the West End, and it's like pretty much the same goddamn
Mm-hmm.
menu. It's like all these rolls are pretty much the same. Like they've even got the Nippon roll, the Japanese roll, but
The Nippon roll, wow.
yeah, it's it's not like the sushi at Drunken Fish was bad,
Right.
but the thing about Nippon Tay is the thing that always set them apart for me was that their sushi was always so much bigger. Like the rolls are just fucking so big. Like the rolls that they deep fry, you gotta cut that shit in half and eat it in 2 bites.
Nice.
or just bite it. If you're really good with some chopsticks, you can take a bite out of it and keep holding on to the other end.
Take some work.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it.
Brave matter, all the kids want is what they're not told. They want to grow but not get old. Brave matter, all the kids want is to understand. They want to know who they're paying. Brave matter, all the kids want is what they're not told. They want to grow but not get old. Brave matter, all the kids want is to understand. They want to know who they're paying.
now some words from John about St. Louis.
John says things about St. Louis.
Woo!
Alright, so I kind of fucked up last week whenever I said that Mid-County is 100 square miles. It's actually closer to 50. But I was correct in saying its population is nearly 200,000. It's actually about 180,000 to be exact, which kind of does make it a little city, really. I mean, Tacoma, Washington's pretty similar in size, and that's a city. So I just wanted to clear that up. And in case you were wondering, if you were to combine the city of St. Louis and Mid-County together, they would make for a city over a little over 100 square miles with a little over 500,000 residents. Now, another thing I wanted to say was, now look, I'm not your dad, but if you need someone to tell you how to vote, what to vote for, then, well, I'm pretty good at that. So vote no on Amendment 7 August 5th. It's not good. It'll make St. Louis's sales tax even higher than Chicago and New York's. I know the thought of light rail expansion is exciting, but this isn't the best way to do it, and we'll find better ways to build out MetroLink in the future. But this isn't the way. In addition, August 5th, if you're going to turn out to vote, which you better, because this is America, if you live in the 78th District, which is downtown St. Louis and a few surrounding areas, you should vote for Natalie Abel. Penny Hubbard is a joke. She hasn't done shit, really. Natalie's great. You know, I know her personally. She's really, really hardworking, honest, sweet, outgoing, and passionate about what she does. And if she's elected, then she wants to improve urban land use policy, stimulate small business and economic development. This all sounds great. Ease reentry for veterans and ex-offenders. Reform marijuana/drug laws. She's also a supporter of Show Me Cannabis. She intends to expand social services without raising taxes and promote environmental responsibility. Now, going back to Project Raise the Roof, if you were curious about that, is they're focused on raising the standard of living for St. Louis citizens by encouraging economic strength, affordable home ownership opportunities, and building neighborhood solidarity. They're really doing great things. So Natalie's great. Amendment 7's not great, and Mid-County is okay. I really don't have much to say this week, so I'm just going to leave it at that, and now back to Jimmy and Alec.
And we're back. Thank you, John. So, Jimmy, something interesting happened recently in the town where you live.
Yeah, I live in Sunset Hills. And I tell you what, I am really glad that I haven't been riding my bike around lately.
Why is that, Jimmy?
Well, the mayor of Sunset Hills, Mark Fuhrer, I think might actually be pronounced Furrer.
I don't know. Everybody in this story has a weird name.
That is true. We'll get to those later. But, yeah, he is allegedly accused of running over a cyclist on Old Gravois Road intentionally.
That's so messed up.
Yeah. So the story. What was the cyclist's name?
Furdick?
Murdick. Furdick, almost the same thing.
His name was Murdick.
Yeah.
Something Roger something. His name was
Ronaldo.
Randy. His name was Randy. He's actually from Fenton, where I live.
Murdick.
So the mayor of your town assaulted someone from my town.
Yeah, basically.
Allegedly. I think he did it.
Mm-hmm. So the story goes. Randy Murdick was riding his cycle, his $12,000 bicycle on Old Gravois Road, and all of a sudden he sees this red Mercedes match his speed alongside of him and tells him, "Get the fuck off my roads." And then swerves into him and knocks him down, tearing his Achilles tendon, as well as causing a lot of damage to his $12,000 bicycle.
That happens when you hit a tiny bicycle with your 3,000-pound car.
Mm-hmm. That is a thing that happens.
Your red mare sports car.
But, so Murdick goes down, and a witness to this happens upon him, and Murdoch says, "Hey, go follow that guy." But somebody else had already followed the mayor, and
The mayor ends up turning around and comes back.
And yes, the mayor returns to the scene of the alleged crime, and so he's under investigation for that. None of the things I've read about this have said anything that the witnesses confirmed or denied what Mr. Murdoch alleged.
No, I haven't seen anything regarding any actual confirmation from the witnesses, but a police report is, I guess, going to be available Friday. So, if I can get a hold of something, any more information, I'll post it on the page.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's only been mayor since April, right?
Yeah.
And he won as a write-in candidate.
He was a
is
write-in.
my understanding. And he is a pretty crass guy, I take it.
Right.
Most of the time. From my understanding of what I've read about this guy in preparation for the show, he's not really a good dude. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if he did this.
Right.
And
especially since his story just seems so bogus.
his story seems bogus. So his version of the events is that Murdoch didn't stop at a stop sign, and that threw the mayor off. So he yelled at the guy and said, "Hey,
You should have stopped there.
you should have stopped at that sign. You're throwing me off because you didn't stop. What am I gonna do because you didn't stop?
Right.
Now I'm all messed up." And so he told him that, and apparently then Murdoch grabs his car and
Starts screaming expletives.
starts yelling at the mayor. But no, that's not what really happened. What really happened, most likely, is Murdoch's version of events, which is what Jimmy told you.
Right.
The mayor just fucking pounded this guy with his car.
Right, because when Furr gave his side of the story, Murdoch was quoted as to say, "I don't know why anybody in their right mind would grab onto the side of the car when I'm on a bicycle and this is a 3,000-pound machine.
Seriously.
Why would anybody do that? He has a point."
Yeah, well, nobody would...
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently
You don't assault a car when you're on a bike.
the mayor was hopped up on Diet Cokes.
Yes.
That's what I read. He'd been drinking a lot of Diet Cokes.
At Gordo's Margaritas.
At Gordo's brand new Mexican restaurant in Sunset Hills, where he'd been at the grand
Right.
opening of because he's the mayor.
Gordo's Margaritas, which actually doesn't serve margaritas yet because they don't have a liquor license.
Something that I found interesting in one of the articles I was reading about this. Your mayor's only part-time, I guess?
Yeah,
That's weird.
that is a weird thing.
You have a part-time... So I guess in the other part of his time, he's not mayor?
Well, he's just an asshole then.
He's a part-time asshole.
Part-time asshole.
Yeah.
No, he's a full-time asshole.
Part-time mayor, full-time asshole.
Right.
Retired construction guy.
Yeah, so when he won the election in April, he was quoted as of saying to the incumbent who lost the election, "I definitely had him with his pants around his ankles because he's, he sounds a lot like a dickhead."
He does just sound like a real grade A loser.
Yeah.
Your mayor.
Uh-huh. I didn't vote for him.
How would you know to write for a write-in candidate?
Yeah.
How would you know everybody else is going to write that in and that you weren't wasting your vote? I don't know. Maybe the incumbent just really was that bad.
Yeah.
Dude, your town's crazy. We actually have a bonus story from Sunset
bonus
Hills. Yeah.
Oh,
we'll
hold on. We didn't get to the other funny names.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we got some
so
more
I'm
funny
reading.
names
So
for
I'm
you.
reading this Post-Dispatch article for this, and all these people in Sunset Hills have the most ridiculous names. Chip Self.
Chip Self.
He's a bicycle shop owner there, I guess. Sounds like a real cool dude. He's actually threatening to pull his sponsorship of the Sunset Hills Triathlon if the mayor doesn't apologize. And
Swim bike run.
yeah, the swim bike run. And I, for one,
Would support that
I
decision.
support that decision.
Yeah.
If the mayor doesn't apologize, Chip Self please go right ahead and pull your sponsorship. That would be awesome.
Right.
Um,
And then
there
Was
was
it
Michelle. What's her last name?
Furburger or something.
For Randy Murdick. His attorney's name was Michelle Funkenbush.
Funkenbush, not Furburger. Funkenbush.
Yeah, where are you getting Furburger from?
Furdick,
Furdick.
which was also not the guy's name.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Funkenbush.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Funkenbush. Now we're just making fun of people's names.
Yeah, we're being
This
dicks.
is journalism. Yeah.
Oh, you know who doesn't really get journalism? The Riverfront
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah. Oh, one more Sunset Hill story.
Sure.
So there was a 90-year-old woman who just recently went skydiving for her birthday.
Yeah,
She's
we'll
old.
post the video I found of that.
Yeah, that's
This
pretty
is-
much all we had to say about that. But it was another Sunset Hills resident.
Yeah, I'll put it on the page. You
Yeah.
can see this old lady skydiving. She looks really excited.
Yeah,
She looks really
it
excited.
looked like she was having a darn good time.
Yeah. Anyway, so over this last weekend, you guys may or may not know, there was a little event up in the north called the Gathering of the Juggalos. For those of you who don't know, Juggalos are dummies.
Yeah, this is
They're real grade A buttheads.
basically a gang.
They are
gang
legally
meetup.
they're legally
Right.
classified
What do you-
as a gang by the
What do you call
FBI.
it? Do gangs have meetings? Is it a gang meeting?
It's a powwow.
Oh yeah,
This is a powwow. What's a gathering?
yeah.
It's right there in the name. It's just a gathering. They're just gathered all together. So it's just this
I like the
huge.
idea of all the higher up gang members are talking to all the lower.
Well, that would just be the band
yeah.
is in charge. Those two. I don't even know their names because I don't really follow them usually. But you know what? Over this last weekend, I did have to follow them because the Riverfront Times was blowing up my news feed with stories about juggalos, and they're disgusting. And one article was especially offensive: 10 reasons why juggalos are better than you.
What?
Yeah, that was one of the articles posted by the Riverfront Times of St. Louis, trying to say, I guess, that juggalos are better than St. Louisans. I was appalled.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, every single one of these articles had like 20 comments of people saying, "Stop subjecting it. When will this be over?"
I want to know what were the points made on that, so that we can make
Oh,
fun
it's
of
stuff
them.
like they're resourceful and they're actually nice people. Except I've never met a nice juggalo.
I have not either.
I've never met a juggalo that wasn't a total idiot, that wasn't a total douche.
Yeah.
You know. One of the points was they're very good at chanting.
They're very good at chanting.
They're very good
That's a
at
skill.
chanting.
You know who else is good at chanting?
St. Louisans at Cardinals games.
Yeah. Everybody involved in Jamestown was really good at chanting. If you go to a Tibetan monastery, they're probably pretty good at chanting.
Juggalos are not better than me.
No, they're not.
They shower with milk. That was one of the articles, was about how they take showers with milk. Did you guys see how boring this was? How just terrible and mind-numbingly
So, do
pointless?
they, like, drink milk while they're in the shower?
I
or
have
do
no
they-
idea. Would you drink milk you're showering with?
No.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't shower with milk in the first place, though.
Like, do they have like a milk tap that they can run their showers
I
through?
saw like somebody sitting in a tub. I didn't open the article because I was at this point I wasn't opening any of them except to see the comments, which, like I said, are just full of people saying Riverfront Times, stop.
So basically, for the first hour of the day, a juggalo smells like milk, and then for the other 23 hours of the day, they smell like rancid milk.
Yes, exactly.
And
I
maybe
guess.
and maybe Fago.
Oh, tons of Fago. Tons of Fago.
I've never smelled Fago in general, but I imagine it paired with rancid milk could create some sort of...
Surprised they don't shower in the Fago.
Yeah, that would be probably actually better than milk.
Now, I ain't no scientician here. but that would make me still smarter than a juggalo.
That's true. Especially if you use the word scientician.
Even if I say stuff like, I ain't no scientician, I'm smarter than
Yeah.
a juggalo. In fact, I was reading about one incident where somebody presented the Insane Clown Posse guys with a book called How Stuff Works, which did include an earmarked chapter on magnets.
Of
And
course.
you can just see them, like the anger seething on these guys' faces, that they're being ridiculed in this manner.
Yeah.
But
Good for
really,
them.
I mean, these people like reject all science. They don't need to be glorified.
No.
But I especially like don't want to read a lot about that on. And I'm not saying that the Riverfront Times shouldn't, cover national stuff, non-local
Travesties.
stuff, But if you're gonna go and cover. If you're a newspaper and you have an audience that knows how to read, the gathering of the Juggalos is not your number one priority, or it
Not at
shouldn't
all.
be. Especially when Comic-Con is going on the same weekend.
there
Which
was no
which
coverage of
event?
Comic-Con.
Which event do you think the greater number of literate people are interested in?
With a greater number of people, period.
Seriously.
Right.
Anyway, I guess that's just my little rant. I just was really upset that, and the Riverfront Times kept defending their coverage of the gathering of the Juggalos, just like kind of calling us haters. All of literally everyone in the comments. I think there was one time one Juggalo showed up and was unable to really refute anything
Yeah.
in these comments, and the Riverfront Times was just like, "Oh, we're sorry you feel that way, but we're covering it anyway." And it's like, dude, nobody cares about this. Everybody is saying stop publishing these articles. When 99% of your audience is saying stop publishing these articles and just cover St. Louis, because no one in St. Louis cares about the gathering of the Juggalos. Nobody that can read anyway.
Right.
Well,
I feel like this has gone along.
yeah, I
too
feel
long.
like we're talking about it too
Yeah.
long, so we're going to stop right now.
End of
Just
story. Just whatever.
It's done. So, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Current or dead St. Louisan. Like we said earlier,
This one's dead.
this week's St. Louisan is dead. His name's Glennon Engelman. You may have heard of him. He was a hitman for hire.
Yeah, that was his moonlighting job. His day job was as a dentist. Believe it or not.
Yeah, some of you guys may have seen the FBI Files documentary, Deadly Dentist. We're talking about that guy.
Yeah.
He committed at least 7 murders for money between the 50s and the 80s in a variety of methods. And he died in 1999, which is why he's dead. Yeah, in jail.
Due to complications of diabetes.
Yeah, he had diabetes, I think. He... Seriously, I was reading one of his murders. He, bashed a guy over the skull with a rock, pushed him
Right.
into a well, and then threw dynamite down the well to blow this guy up after this guy's already dead.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. That's like something that you would do in Minecraft.
This guy... You're right. I've probably done that to people in
Right.
Minecraft.
But it's okay. They're just zombies.
It's come up and pickaxe.
creepers.
Oh, just to the enemies in the game.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Oh, you griefer. Well,
Dude, it's too funny. If you bash somebody with a pickaxe or a sword and they fall into a cliff, you have to drop dynamite down.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
have it. You have to.
I usually set up dynamite traps
Don't you play in creative mode most of the time?
some of the time.
I ain't got time to set traps. I'm too busy trying to survive in my Minecraft. But and then
I had one.
his last murder was a car bombing.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. That was his one in 1980, which I think he ended up getting convicted for. And then he admitted to 3 other ones in prison, and the other ones are I don't know if they charged him with them or not, but the evidence is there. Seriously, he would get payouts, and these people would collect insurance after he murdered people. Sometimes he'd just shoot them. Other times he'd torture them, and And
He was quoted as having his greatest talent, like his.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said his greatest talent was that he could kill without remorse.
for money.
For money.
And
as
then-
long as he
as long as it was
had
for money.
financial gain
As long as he got financial gain, he could kill anything.
without remorse.
Wow, what a
Yeah, like the first documented
messed
murder.
up guy.
The first documented murder was, I guess his
His ex-wife's
husband. Has nothing to do with
No, he
being
killed-
jealous or anything.
No, he killed the guy and
because
then split the money.
He's a complete and utter sociopath.
He split the insurance money with her.
Right.
Totally.
It's just not right. It's really eerie here. Something's fucky.
And then one of them was like a former business partner of his, and then there was one guy he killed for one of his. He did it for one of his former like hygiene assistants. Because remember, by day this guy's cleaning teeth.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That's so yeah. The deadly. If you haven't if I can find it on the internet somewhere, I'll post a link to Deadly Dentist.
Right.
FBI files, Deadly Dentist. I found I'll post the cold case files as well that woman was watching a couple weeks ago. We talked about that. Yeah. So
Serial killer Maury Taylor.
So that's I guess all we have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed talking with the Smooth Talkin Perverts.
Yeah, well, you guys weren't talking with them. We were.
I hope you enjoyed listening to us talk to the Smooth Talkin Perverts. I hope you enjoyed whatever John had to say, and I hope you enjoyed the part that was just us.
Right.
We will hopefully see you next week
Next week.
when we will be talking with
Somebody.
somebody. We don't know yet. But we will have a guest.
It's true.
So enjoy your week. Enjoy. If you hear this in time, it's Craft Beer Week in the Loop at Mission Taco Joint. I'll post some more information about that. I totally forgot about that. That's an event. Don't forget to get psyched for Barn Fest September 20th.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a barn somewhere.
The Pretty Perverted Weekend.
Don't forget this August 5th and 6th, Battle of Gods at Ronnie's. I hope you already have your tickets. I do.
And, well, yeah, the Pretty Perverted Weekend with Smooth Talkin Perverts. It's
Of course.
the second and third of this month. So tomorrow and Sunday.
Where are they playing that? Where's that at?
I don't recall.
We'll post about it.
Yeah, we'll post about it. I mean, we still have that clip that we can use.
That's right.
Anyway, so.
Alright, so you guys want to talk about your upcoming shows?
We got 2 shows in a row coming up in August, August 2nd and 3rd. August 2nd is at Ye Olde Haunt, which is at 5000 Alaska.
Yeah, it's the new haunt. That's what we're calling it. We're calling it the new haunt because the old haunt is on St. Louis Avenue on the north side, but
Right.
this is the new haunt on the south side.
$5, 2 bands. One's us, one's a band. We're still trying to figure out who.
Yeah, we haven't booked them yet, so
And our the show after that, the next day, is at CBGB, and it's a show that our friend Mo from Scene of Irony hosts. And it's totally free, and we're still looking for 2 more bands to play. So if there's any bands out there that are interested. After that, we have a show on September 20th at Barn Fest, which is my birthday, and I'm very happy about that one. It's gonna be awesome. Barn Fest 4.
So, everybody be there. Bring Jack a present.
yep. And you better dance. We want everybody to dance. That's why we're here.
Everybody enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Your perverted weekend.